So, today I'm not feeling very well. Well, mentally, not physically. I feel fine physically. I just very not mentally right now. And the thing that happens when I'm not feeling good mentally is I come up with stuff like this. Now, let's get back to the story. So in this story, Deku was when Deku found out he wasn't going to get a quirk and he was going to have power. He was sad, like he wasn't, But in this one, quirkless people are treated way worse than you think. So when Inko took Deku home, for a few days his life was normal. Inko still treated him well. Bakugo was still his friend, even after he found out that Deku was quirkless. And Bakugo was still nice to him. But when he turned 5, most of that changed. Inko didn't act the same. She started mentally and physically abusing this izuku. Like every day. It was a daily thing. Insults, beatings. Deku barely ate. He only got to eat every 6 weeks. So he was a lot more fragile in this one. And he still went to school and stuff, and everybody still found out about him being quirkless. And he was getting treated the same, like in canon, besides Bakugo. Because Bakugo didn't treat him any different. He still treated him like he was his friend. For most of the years of Deku's life, he was suffering. The only times he wasn't suffering was when he was asleep, or he went to his Aunt Misu's house. Otherwise, he was being tortured. His pain, suffering. And he went mute from this. And this carried on all the way into high school. And Bakugo still didn't treat him any different than he did before he found out, and before in canon where he found out Deku was quirkless. He's nice to Deku. Heck, he protects Deku most of the time. But there's some times where he can't be there, so. The day of the sludge drilling accident, Deku didn't even want to go home. So instead, he didn't take the bridge path. He just walked, getting stuff on him. And he was walking in his neighborhood, so they all knew. He was just getting treated like a monster. Sad and alone. He only had one friend, and that friend was Bakugo. Now, after the sludge villain, had but when Bakugo gets captured by the sludge villain, this time since All Might didn't deal with Deku, he had some time to save Bakugo, and he did. And Deku still did the sports. The entrance exam, but Deku, he didn't need. He. Sorry if this one's kind of slow. Like I said, I'm not very, in the best of moods right now. But anyway, back to the story. He did the written part of the exams, and he passed with flying colors. Didn't miss a single question. When it came to the robot test, he just used a piece of metal they found to beat some robots. It was just enough that he would get into the hero course. And then, when he got into the classroom, his life slowly started to change. He became happy for once. He was still quirkless, but nobody in class knew that, so they treated him normally. He was happy for once in his life. He even had a girlfriend until the second year of UA. And that's when it all went downhill. Because that was the day because the first day of the second year, that's when they found out he was quirkless. As I said, Bakugo was still his friend and still cared for Deku a lot. And Bakugo was very happy to see Deku actually have a smile for once in his life. And he felt like he got his Izuku, and then he had the original Izuku back. The one he first found her and was his cousin. Not the depressed one. But the day that they found out he was quirkless, they treat him no better than everyone else. The only person besides Bakugo who even cared to look in Deku's direction and be happy and ask Deku how he was doing was Azazel. No one else. So let's scratch that. I have to do there's someone else to make the story work. And the only people who actually cared for Deku was Bakugo, Froppy, Mr. Aizawa, and Kirishima. The only ones. Everyone else hated him, despised him, made his life a living hell again. Even some of the teachers treat him badly. You know, Deku thought, as long as I have my, okay, at least I have a girlfriend. So, at least that's someone who I can go to. But boy, was he wrong. Rock was his girlfriend at the time. But she decided cheating was the best. She decided to on Deku with Ida. And this drove Deku to his breaking point. He lost all will to live. The last light he thought he had, the last little thing he thought he could hold dear, the warmth he thought he had in this cold blizzard he know in his life, snuffed out. He had to what he thought was nothing left, had nothing to live for. So that day, he jumped, and unfortunately, he died that day. And when Bakugo found out about this, he was furious. I mean, when he found out that he died, all hell broke loose. He almost destroyed the entire school. No one could stop him. Aizawa could, but he didn't. In the process of this, when he finally got tired out and couldn't use his quirk anymore, he got detention. But then he was very sad and lonely for some reason. And he only had detention for 3 days, so after the 3 days were up, we're talking about Bakugo right now. Now Deku's technically dead right now, but you should know, sadness is not that easy to escape. And he thought in the afterlife he would be safe, but instead he was tortured by everything besides one thing: an older dragon. The only thing that didn't torture him. So one day the dragon decided this boy has suffered enough. It's time for him to have his life back. So the dragon turned Deku into his dragon slayer. Now I might be wondering what this dragon was. We know him as the dragon of the void. He is the Void Dragon. Deku had now become the Void Dragon Slayer. But he was still dead. For now, at least. But let's go back to Mbaku's point of view. Now, Bakugo, he was extremely sad. He talked to almost no one. Nobody even really. He talked to no one. He thought he would have his best friend back. His best friend. He thought he had gone back. Only for him to be took away again. And almost no one really cared about Deku's death. Actually, his mother jumped and shouted hoorays and hee-haws about his death. And no one cared. Besides Deku's dad. Because Deku's dad was awful one. And the only reason all for one in this one even became a villain was to protect his son. And now that he found out his son died to the hands of the people around him, he was angry. And to find out his wife, his son's mother, was happy that their son was dead, hurt him a lot. So he went and found Deku's dead body and had him brought back to life. But he couldn't be brought back to life as a human. He was now half dragon, half Nomu. But he was an intelligent Nomu. A high in Nomu. A good Nomu. But when Deku got brought back, he got a hug from All For One and said, "I'm sorry, and All For One said, "I'm sorry, my son. I wasn't there to help you. But just so you know, everything I did was to protect you and keep you safe. But it seems that I have failed my own duties in keeping you safe because I let you die. I hope you can forgive me, my son." And Deku said, "I can forgive you, Dad, because I know you only want the best for me, and that meant for you to have to leave. But one thing I want to know, I want to burn everything." And his dad went along with him, and they decided to burn everything. Their plan was to kill all the heroes except one. And that was Aizawa. And torture everyone else besides Bakugo and Tsuyu and Kirishima. And the first thing they did was they got Bakugo to join them, which he gladly did to see his best friend happy again. He joined the villains. Second thing they did was got Froppy to join the villains too. And the third thing they did before they launched the mass takeover of the world was let Izawa know that Dick was alive and he wants him to know that he can stay out of this as long as he don't fight. Nothing bad will come to him, and as long as he don't intervene, he'll be fine. And that's when Izawa allowed that to happen. Now this video's 21 minutes long, so I think that's good enough for today. As y'all can see, it's 4 a.m. right now that I'm doing this. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. Have a great day.